Hello everybody, welcome to Sunset Film Alliance. Today we are testing the color profiles on the Panasonic Lumix S5. This is standard color profile. This is my girlfriend over here, and she is going to be the model to demonstrate how colors affect how people see skin versus nature. Alright, so this is standard. Be sure to list your favorite in the comments below. Alright guys, we are now on Vivid. And you can see already the difference in contrast and the difference in saturation. It's made as a profile to sort of boost contrast and saturation to the fullest for things such as landscapes and products that you want to pop, like soda or snack foods. So this is Vivid.
Or flowers.
Or flowers. Flowers can do it, but a problem with that is that sometimes if you oversaturate something, then it can go out of viewable color space, so it will just look like pure red. Alright, now we are on natural. And natural means to be a sort of naturalistic look on the entire scene, to show things as the eye sees them, with its own unique Panasonic twist with, little tweaks to the colors. But it's meant to be lower contrast and lower saturation with possibility of editing later when it comes to photos. Although for video, it looks like a nice straight out of camera profile. Tell me what you think about this one. This is L Classic Neo. It's meant to be a retro looking profile, but in all honesty, it just looks like an overexposed image with the saturation taken out and greens shifting towards yellow and blues shifting towards cyan. So some people may like it, some people may hate it. Like the soda of this state, which sucks.
Oh
it's
my
called
gosh.
Moxie. It's horrible. You gotta try it. You might love it, you might hate it.
It's terrible to us DCers, but people in Maine might actually like it. So
Maybe. This is landscape. And as you know, it is what the automatic mode uses for landscapes, and what people think they should use for landscapes, because the camera calls it landscape. So it's meant to prioritize greens and blues, and it might make people look weird. So tell me, is this making my girlfriend look weird? This is portrait. It is meant to accentuate skin tones while keeping the rest of the scene sort of alright. I'm not sure how it does for any kinds of skin tones, so let's test it with 2 shades of skin. I'm gonna get in the shot. So here's how it does with 2 different skin tones, slightly darker, slightly lighter. And so tell me how it does. Now let's move on to black and white profiles. This is standard monochrome. It's standard, the same as standard profile, but turned monochrome. Enough said. This is L mono. I don't know what L stands for, but this is L mono. It just looks like it made the shadows darker, and that's about it. So, if you like monochrome with crushed shadows, then this is for you. This is L mono D. So, D, I have no idea what it stands for. L mono is the shadows lowered again. But D, I think, stands for dramatic or dynamic or something, because it's like vivid, but put into monochrome. And it looks really nice for, sort of crunchy. Yeah, crunchy monochrome. So for people who like film noir type stuff, like dark gritty, this is for you. This is L Mono S. It is like if they took portrait and put it into a photo style. So basically it makes skin tones look smooth instead of grainy. And it makes everything look really bright for some reason and soft, which is interesting look. You may like it, you may hate it. So, yeah. Let's move over to the video profiles. This is Cinelike V2. So Cinelike V is a companion to Cinelike D, V standing for vivid. So this is vivid, but tries to look cinematic at the same time. So instead of crunching everything, like, Vivid does, it brings it right to the edges and then stops. And so it's supposed to be a good straight out of camera thing, Personally, I use this for quick videos where I don't want to do any color grading. Tell me what you think. And we'll move over to the last non-color graded profile. Alright, this is a big one. This one is 709L. Now, what in the hell does that mean? I hear you ask. Well, 709L is meant to be the most accurate video color that the camera can do. It just maps everything perfectly. So red to red, there's no weird tint. Green to green, blue to blue, things such as that. And this is for if you don't want a stylized look, you just want something perfect for video right out of camera. So now we are going to move on to the profiles which require some color grading, or else they look like crap. Alright guys, so this is flat. It's your standard, very flat profile. Imagine if you took neutral and just made it even flatter so it looks like a way grayer image. So I'm going to color grade this now, and this is what it looks like color graded to the best of my ability. So tell me what you think, and let's compare it to its competitor, the next option. Alright guys, so this is Cinelike D. As his brother suggests, this one is the dynamic range version, while the other one, Cinelike V, was the vivid one. So I'm going to color grade this now, and tell me how it looks. This is color graded to the best of my ability, just pushing and pulling saturation and contrast to make it look how I think it should look. Now let's move on to the two big guns for color grading. Alright guys, so this is V-Log. Now V-Log is the log profile of the camera. And log profile is basically taking as much information as humanly possible and cramming it into the file for you to color grade later. This allows for you to capture the high tones of the sky that are up here, up here, and then the low tones of the person in the shade, which is right here, Ellie, as well as the low tones of the banister right there, all in one image instead of having to light the scene perfectly. So this allows for great flexibility when editing, which means you can raise the contrast if you want to later, or keep it flat to preserve everything. It's very similar to this next profile, which is the competitor to it because some people prefer it since it does the maximum dynamic range thing while not looking flat all the time. Let's go to the last one. Alright guys, this is HLG. Now what is HLG? HLG, if sent straight to a TV or straight to Netflix or YouTube, is HDR video. HDR video is straight out of the camera. It is slightly worse than V-Log, so unless you want something that has high dynamic range that you don't have to color grade much at all, then you should choose V-Log. But this allows for really quick but high dynamic range scenarios, showing the darkest darks and the lightest lights without destroying the image. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Big thanks to my girlfriend Ellie for starring in it.
My foot's asleep.
And we will see you in the next one.